You know, we throw around the word burnout a lot, right? We think it's all about feeling mentally drained, hating our jobs, not getting things done. But what if we're looking in completely the wrong place for the first signs?
Just think about it for a second. That constant grinding stress, the deadlines, the endless meetings. What if the very first red flag your body throws isn't in your head? It's not anxiety or brain fog, but it's actually coming from your gut. Yeah, let's dig into that.
And hey, this isn't just some vague gut feeling we're talking about. Nope. It's a real, powerful biological connection. So let's get into the science of why your stomach is basically your body's early warning system. Okay, so at the very center of all this is something called the gut-brain axis. Now, you might think it's a one-way street, your brain bosses your stomach around. But it's not like that at all. It's a super fast two-way highway. Your gut is constantly sending messages back to your brain. And believe me, when you're stressed, that conversation changes. A lot. And this talk between them, it's happening at lightning speed. Think about it. Stress hormones can mess with your digestion in just a few hours. Then you've got the vagus nerve. That's like a direct fiber optic cable connecting your gut and brain. And if your gut gets inflamed, it sends out these little alert signals all over your body, which is a huge reason you feel so wiped out during burnout. But here's the kicker. A massive amount of your serotonin, the happy chemical, is actually made in your gut. So if your gut's not happy, your mood is going to take a nosedive. This is where things get really nasty. It creates this vicious cycle. So stress messes up your digestion, right? You get bloated, you get heartburn, but then that becomes a whole new thing to worry about. You start stressing about your health, and that anxiety, it just makes your digestion even worse. You see, you get trapped in this loop, and it can spin out of control really, really fast. So the big question is, how do you break out of that loop? Well, it starts with learning how to listen. And I'm not talking about waiting for some huge, loud alarm to go off. No, we're listening for the whispers from your gut, those quiet, early signs that your body's running on empty.
All right, let's go through the first 4 signs. See if any of these sound familiar. How about bloating that just hangs around, even when you haven't had a huge meal? Or maybe you find yourself reaching for an antacid almost every day. What about things being, irregular? And that classic 3 p.m. feeling where you're not hungry for a real meal, but man, you would kill for something sugary or another coffee. These aren't just one-off things, they're patterns. And it doesn't stop there. Here are 4 more. That post-lunch slump that feels less like a dip and more like hitting a brick wall. Or how about this? You're so tired you pass out the second your head hits the pillow, but then you're wide awake at 3 in the morning. And this one is huge. Foods you've always been fine with suddenly start giving you trouble. Look, if you're nodding your head to a few of these and you know you're stressed out, that's not a coincidence. That's your body trying to tell you something. Okay, so your body is definitely sending signals. But here's the good news, and it's really good news. You don't have to quit your job or go on some crazy retreat to fix this. Seriously, you can start making a real difference with tiny, work-friendly habits that'll stop this slide in its tracks. And just look at how simple some of these are. Just taking 3 deep breaths before you eat, that literally flips a switch in your nervous system from stress mode to digest mode. That 10-minute walk after lunch, it's not just for fresh air. It actually gets your digestion moving. These little things aren't just feel-good fluff. They have a real, measurable impact on your body. And hey, this isn't just some theory I'm throwing at you. Check this out. Real-world example. A product manager was getting slammed with bloating and those killer afternoon energy crashes. The fix wasn't some complicated diet plan. It was just 2 things. Put the phone away during lunch and take a quick walk after. That's it. And within 10 days, just 10 days, he was already feeling way better. It just goes to show you small, consistent steps are what really works. All right, so to make this super practical and easy to start, let's package these little habits into a simple 14-day reset. And this is designed for busy people, so you can actually do it, even when work is crazy. We're calling it the Gut Guard Plan. And the key is you don't try to do everything at once. You ease into it. For the first 3 days, all you do is start your day with warm water and have 1 meal without a screen. That's it. Super easy, right? Then you build on that. You add a short walk and maybe swap a heavy dinner for a soup. A little later, you bring in some breathing exercises to calm things down. And the last few days are the most important. You just look back, see what felt good, and pick 3 habits to stick with. The goal here is progress, not perfection. And that really brings us to the main takeaway here.
We get so obsessed with measuring output, right? How many projects we finished, how many deadlines we hit, or we totally ignore the feedback our own bodies are giving us. And this quote just nails it. Your gut is talking to you. It starts with these little whispers. And if you can learn to listen and respond with just a little bit of consistent care, you can stop the shouts, that full-blown burnout from ever happening. And honestly, that's a much smarter way to stay on top of your game.